Welcome to the second TikTok organic case study over here. There's going to be way more to follow, but I mean, you did an amazing job with following the entire TikTok organic process. We kind of started pushing more and more the last like month. I mean, yeah, introduce yourself. Like, how's everything going now, and what's your story?
Yeah, so basically I started like a little over a month ago, learned how to make videos, and now looking at almost 22,000 in revenue, almost over 2 weeks after I kind of learned how to make videos a little bit.
Yeah, it's insane how fast it goes if you do things right. I mean, what I definitely noticed is that when you started out with doing the organic videos, they already instantly looked much better than normally people who are doing the first video. Like, first of all, let's go through the numbers. How like you can maybe share your screen and also how much of that was profit, etc.
Yeah, so basically this is over the course of the past 2 weeks with one product and
Hmm.
mainly two viral videos each time.
Hmm. Hmm.
And the profit is around 60%, so a little over 10K in profit.
Nice. Yeah, and to some people, this, for example, is going to look very inconsistent because they think on a daily time frame. They basically think, all right, it went up and then went down, and then went up. That means it's inconsistent. When in reality, you need to understand a little bit of a different frame, which is this is a 2 week time period. And if we look at 1 month or 3 months at a time, you're going to see the consistency because I'm 100% sure we're going to do an update interview like 3 to 5 months down the line, and this is not going to drop. It's just going to go up. It's not going to get worse. This whole consistency thing needs to be treated a little bit in a different way because the last 2 weeks you made 10K. And if you make another 10K the next 2 weeks, even if it's only in one day, it still was a consistent next 2 weeks. So yeah, I mean, first of all, how does it feel now? Like, must be unreal.
Yeah, feels very nice, of course, to see like actual profit coming in, and of
Mhm.
course like having some money again, having some leeway. It's very
Yeah.
nice.
What would you say were the main learnings doing Tita Organic?
Definitely, it's like a completely different thing from Facebook strategy. It's like
Hmm.
it's really nice that you can just put in the consistent work every day, and it's like simple, it's streamlined, and
Hmm.
you just get the results after some time if you just keep putting in the work.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
100%,
really nice.
100%. I keep repeating this, but it's so crazy how this is the very first time where it's so direct correlate, like how much output you do versus how much money you get. And it's so direct, it outcompetes basically the other strategies. In my opinion, it's by far the best strategy for a beginner to start out with overall. But what would you say, how did your videos change from, let's say, video one to the videos now?
Definitely a huge change, I'd say. Like first video, I had no idea what I'm doing.
Hmm.
I learned everything about like where do you like position the product in the frame of the video, like how do you pace it, what's the good storyline, good sounds, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And what would you say? What like do you understand why the videos which did go viral went viral? Do you think though they're better than the other ones which you have on the channel, or is it kind of like you don't see it yet?
Well, I do have an idea, definitely.
Hmm.
There's some videos where I'm like, okay, why didn't this go viral, right?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
I do when I'm looking at the video, I'm like, okay, I can understand like why people are enjoying this and
Hmm.
sharing this, engaging with this. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And for the 22K you made in revenue, like how much did you make in views?
The first spike in my Shopify dashboard, the 4K, that was from one video that went a little bit over a million.
Hmm.
And then the second one was from a video that just kept growing until the end, and it was over 4 million
Hmm.
views.
Yeah,
So those were
yeah.
two main
So,
ones.
so I mean, in total, 5 million views, and obviously some other side videos on like which you had as well. But the main ones, 5 million. Let's say everything combined, six. For people watching this, you need to understand this is something which is doable, and we see this multiple times where it's thousands of dollars per million of views. You have 22K, 6 million views. And for everybody who's watching who already has went viral, but didn't experience this, where they had like 6 or even like 20 million views, but didn't make any sales, there are solutions to this. It's nothing which is luck. There's one small element of luck, which is, for example, you get 25 million views in Mexico and you don't really see the results there because people either cannot even buy on your store or they're super broke or basically the country's poor. So basically, that is one element of luck. But if it's just the case where you go viral, for example, in the US or UK, but you don't convert, there's very, very clear solutions to that. And it's not that difficult if you know what you're doing. And if you understand that once, that's it. You basically start converting way, way more consistent. But yeah, like for you, what was the like experience going through this entire like the organic process, especially like working with us?
Yeah, so basically it was for me with organic, always the hardest thing was like the first 2-3 days getting started with it, because I'm a bit awkward filming around people and stuff. But the process was really nice. Just kind of course, you get your daily videos out, right? No matter what, that's the most important thing. And then after that, you have so many access to so much help to kind of get your videos reviewed and get feedback on what you can do better. And that really helped me a lot. Kind of just going every couple of days, like, can you take a look at my videos? What can I do better? That was a huge help.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. What was the main critique for your videos?
It was usually that they started out with slow pacing at the start, which is of course terrible, because then people can't even see the rest of the video.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, how many products did you test? Let's start with that.
Yeah, I only really tested 2 products. I had one product at first, which was relatively saturated, and that's kind of where I learned a little bit the basics. And then I moved on to the next product, which turned out to be a really good product, and that's the one that made the big numbers. Yeah,
so 2 products in total. And are you testing the next ones right now?
I'm currently making like a really big product list. I have to pick the next ones with Jacob, and then I'm going to be testing more at the same time as well.
Nice. Yeah, because I've seen that it's very easy now to kind of start focusing on the wrong things. Because here, what happens to a lot of organic guys, especially, is the grass is always greener on the other side, and you basically start thinking, all right, now I made organic work, now let's move on to ads, or let's now double down on only this product and not test anything else, or something like that. Stuff like that, which happens, which is gonna just like crush everything. And I definitely think you're doing a good job with like making a huge list, especially which then will basically allow you to test way more products. The steps will change throughout the time, because right now what got you here is going viral with the videos, which are pretty beginner friendly. And from now, you basically will be able to start testing products which are a little bit more advanced. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult products, which also have like a barrier to entry to other people, etc. Because always you need to keep in mind, whenever it's difficult to you, it's also difficult to other like all the other people, and it means that it's going to have less competition. With organic, if you have like a super easy product to test, it's very easy to copy for other people, and it's getting super saturated quick, and then you need to move on anyways. So yeah, basically the next step is going to be like picking more difficult products and starting to test with that. And yeah, like for you, what's the kind of product research like? How much time do you put in, or generally how many hours per day do you work?
So basically for product research, it's just the classic method, right? I think everyone knows it, just scrolling on your For You page. And you can
nothing fancy at all, like nothing fancy at all. Yeah.
You can kind of change like what you see by what you interact with in terms of products as well. You just scroll. So normally it takes me like 2 to 2.5 hours to get like 30 products on the For You page, and then like an hour to put them in the list. So that's how it normally goes, and that's what I do then like every day if I'm building this big list here, for example. And in terms of general working hours, it used to be different up until now, because I was also doing Facebook, but we decided I would stop with that for now. I have a main job that takes me around like 3 hours a day. And then for organic, I used to have maybe like 5 hours, and now I should have at least like 6 or 7, I think, per day. That's going to be much nicer.
Nice. So yeah, also keep in mind, this is done next to a job. It's not a full-time job, but still it's done next to a job. And it's like with those 5 hours, it's more than enough to be able to like follow the strategy. I would say you cannot go less than 3 hours a day. That's not realistic. But if you have 3 hours plus per day, it's definitely doable to kind of roll with the strategy. It's not going to be a problem. And do you structure, what's the priorities of your day? Then like how do you structure it specifically in terms of organic?
Honestly, my structure isn't the best right now, but basically what I do is normally I do like organizational stuff first in the day, And then my rule is always like, okay, because I'm filming my product outside, right? So, okay, before it gets like dark at all outside, I have to have all my videos filmed no matter what happens. And then like before I am allowed to go to bed, I have to edit and post all of them. That's always my rule.
Yeah, perfect. And it's very to-do based list. Like it's not all right, I'm gonna work X amount of hours. It's just okay, I need to finish X amount of videos, and then I need to finish editing X amount of videos, and that's that. And that's exactly what like I constantly preach how you should structure to-do list, which is only based on how much work you put in. Because sometimes in the beginning you're going to feel very productive after sitting there for 25 hours straight, but it doesn't matter if you didn't get the task. But what's your goals with all of this for, let's say, the next 6 to 12 months?
Definitely, I'm not 100% sure yet what I want to do in the long term, but definitely for the next few months, I want to keep doing TikTok, keep seeing how high I can get the revenue, and kind of get some money together with that. I want definitely eventually like have the money to like move out, have my own place, because I'm still living with my parents. Not super nice. And then after the next couple months, kind of, I want to see where I'm at. Maybe I scale TikTok, maybe I go to Facebook, whatever. We can talk about that when the time comes. But yeah, just make more money basically.
For sure, for sure. How did you generally get into dropshipping? Like how did you start with that? How did you come across it?
Yeah, actually, I started way back when I was like 13 years old. I wanted to start doing like Amazon FBA. I wanted to start doing that. Unfortunately, my parents didn't let me back then because I would have needed their permission. But I went to a normal job. It was kind of shit for a while, for a couple of years. And then I found it again through YouTube, watched a lot of videos, found you on YouTube. You seemed very, very genuine and nice, trustworthy. So I decided to kind of go to the interview with you. And that's how we got started last year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, amazing. And like this whole organic structure, like what would you describe the process like of testing a product? I mean, let's go into like specific details. How many videos per day, and how do you judge a video? How do you like? What's your criteria for a good video, for example?
Basically, the process is you pick a product, like you do normally do a little bit of product research, and then you get some products picked that are good, if you can find good ones, and then you do 3 videos per day with the product, no matter what happens, every single day, and you basically just keep going for at least like 2 weeks with the product, because it's normally never the product's fault if it doesn't go viral. It's your fault, right? Especially as a complete beginner. It's just about learning how to make the video with your first product or your first few products. And once you know about that, then you start trying to go viral. And that's where it's like, okay, what makes a good video? Like, of course, the views, obviously, the main criteria, but then also you can look at the likes, the ratio. Like I think Jacob said a really good ratio is 10% likes to views. That's like really good. A lot of comments, shares. That's kind of how I would try to it. And you can also look at the retention rate as well.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, like maybe it would be interesting to go through the old product, like the very first product you tested, and like look at the videos there. I think it could be pretty interesting. Can you maybe share your screen, and go through those, and like let's analyze what was bad about them, because obviously they didn't make money. So yeah, basically, which video do you want me to review?
Do you want the bad one?
Sure.
Then scroll all the way to the bottom to the first one. Yes, this is.
Okay, so what's bad about it?
Yeah, so this is like this has no storyline. It's just music with a couple of clips, which you see some people do, and a small amount pull it off. But I don't think it's generally a good video concept. It's kind of just boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not. The clips don't flow well together either. So that's why.
What do you mean with flow well together? You mean it's transitions, like for beginners?
Actually, right now that I look at it, I already have the transitions in this. I think it's because I had a previous account before that still, but it's still just. If you look at it, yeah, the transitions aren't really fluid still. It's like I do the clip and then the transition comes in, whereas it kind of should like go into the clip a little bit, so it's more fluid. Like if you look at it on this, this one, very bad intro, very slow. Most people probably swipe there.
And those are the small things which you notice right now, which are pretty tough to fault, like to notice in the beginning. This being too long, for example, or too slow, it can literally make the entire thing not work. But yeah, like which else do you remember? Which were like had issues?
Pretty much all of them here had issues, but if you want, you can check a little bit of the later videos. I improved a bit there. I had some storylines in there actually. Like the last few, that's where the ones where it got better. Like this is, I just went with like Mikey's storyline kind of concept as well. That's like,
no problem. I'll do
this
that
had
now.
much better metrics already.
But real quick, let me tell you about the splash
in the
block.
previous videos I used to have.
The world's first water gun with a switch.
Still some rough stuff around the edges, like the transition's still not super smooth sometimes. But yeah, I also had studio lights at that point already, so I had those fat studio lights behind me on every clip. I carried them around.
Okay, nice. Any specific one you can remember, maybe? Which you have like some critique on, or what you really like?
I really liked, the second, the one on the left of the one we just looked at, 4,900 views.
Pointed at my mom. That's easy. Let's go. Actually, why don't I tell you a bit about the splash block first? We've created the world's first water gun with a switch. It comes with a clip and you can put any liquid into it. It's perfect for this summer. So please don't ask me to.
Basically, this one, I tried a different location out, and it seems that with this one, it helped the retention rate a lot as well, because people were like, what's going on there? And a lot of stuff going on in the background, which is something my other videos struggled with a lot. And yeah, I like this one the most for when I was still working on this product. It's still not a great video, but better than the others.
Yeah. Also, like this general concept, like most people can just replicate this entire thing, and it works really well. Where you just have a question, and you start out by answering the question. That's easy. Let's go. And then you instantly you do this switch where you kind of start talking about a completely different thing, which is describing how great your product is. And the cool thing about it is that the conversion normally suffers from like bullshit like this. But here it kind of works because you still describe how good the product is. And that's why the conversion still is pretty good. And it's still kind of salesy, even though you kind of bake them here. It's still a salesy video. So it's a very good mix of both, and everybody's going to be like, "Why didn't you answer the question?" etc. What advice would you give to a very like complete beginner just starting out?
Well, definitely make sure you're prepared to do 3 videos every day, because that's the most important thing. Don't go into it like thinking you want to make money right away. Think about it like learning a skill. Like even I've gotten these like 22K revenue right now, but I'm still like thinking, okay, how can I make my videos better? How can I get better at filming? Like I'm not really focused very much on the money aspect right now. I'm still like looking to improve. So that's really important. And make sure you can also put in the work for product research. Like ideally, I know we have a list of beginner products. I would still recommend you go and do your own product research first and get a list done, just so you have like the experience and get into like how it works with product research as well.
Yeah, 100% agree. This whole thing needs to be treated like a skill, and it is one. Like later on down the line, you're going to be able to use this skill for many other things as well. And generally, like the skill of going viral is a very, very, very useful one. And if you layer that in with the skill of converting, so selling while going viral, you just make money no matter what. And this is also why I'm like so kind of strong about this entire organic thing. Why I'm pushing it so much right now is because it's very like you cannot really take away from your skill at this point, because you just understand the basic concept. You will improve eventually more and more and more, and that's it. You know now officially how to make money, and that's it. You know, so it's a very long-term strategy, which basically. I don't really see any downside except for you needing to spend money on it. And again, the next steps are obviously going to be first improving in terms of the videos even more, doing more products, etc. But then the next step is going to be to hire people and have a person who's going to do the things for you, and you kind of optimize everything. And that's going to be the second step. Obviously, a lot of people are going to think now, right, let me just skip the first step and instantly hire somebody who does the videos for you. It doesn't work like that. You need to be able to manage and control them and know that they're actually good. Because let's say they're doing the videos for you, they don't go viral. What do you do now? Like you cannot tell them why they don't go viral. You don't see it. You have no idea why. So for you at this, like in let's say half a year, like 3-4 months, you're definitely going to be able to see, all right, this video didn't go viral because of this. This sucks about your video. Change that. Now let's improve on this, and then you can keep making the employees better. And yeah, like the same way we kind of taught you this entire organic thing, you're going to be able to teach the next person for an employee. So yeah, that's basically that. For everybody who is watching right now and they already went viral, but they didn't get sales. That's the easiest thing to fix. Again, if you are in that group, just sign up and have a call with us. If you're just starting out, we will probably also be able to help you out. But here you need to be a little bit more committed because basically if you already went viral a bunch of times but just didn't convert, I already know you kind of are into it. Like you're doing the things properly. You put an effort. If you're just starting out, you need to prove to us that you actually are gonna put in the effort and basically are gonna do things properly. So yeah, if you guys are interested in that, click the link below, sign up for a call with us, and we're gonna find out if everything is a good fit. And yeah, I appreciate the interview, Tobias. If you like, I'm sure we're gonna have like another one updated version in a couple of months, and very excited to see how that's gonna go.
100%.